Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. As always, if you're here, please kindly put a like, subscribe, and share this live so that more people can watch it. As always, I do these lives right after I publish a market update on Patreon. I have published one just now on XRP. It mentions where I'll be buying more, what I am doing, and basically when I'll be buying. So here's the link in case you want to join and read my XRP analysis in detail. And that's that. International Crypto Asset Ninja, it's great to see you here, my friend. As always, it's a pleasure. Hope you're well, brother. Matthew, hi there. How are you doing? Good to see everyone. THX54, it's good to see you too. Nisar, it's good to see you. Tim Gash, hi there, it's been a while. Yep, thank you very much for joining. Well, I've decided that it's a good time to start doing these lives again because this is the part in the cycle where we have to start taking action. So, in the last cycle and the cycle before that, I was accumulating XRP. The penultimate cycle was very heavily at 15 cents to 30 cents. After that, it was between 30 and 50 cents. And I started selling at $1, sold between $1 and $2, sold at $3 and slightly higher, and sold everything in between $2.50 and $2.80 and got out. Yeah. And after that, there's not been much to do, right? All we could do really is just wait, sit around waiting for the accumulation phase. We have entered the accumulation phase. For me, in this cycle, the accumulation phase of XRP is after 70% crash and 80% crash. So in between that, and that's exactly where we are. And that's exactly why I'm active again. That's exactly why I'm on YouTube. That's exactly why I'm publishing more often on Patreon. And that's why I'm posting tweets more on X. Because it's time to start being active and not dormant. Many people refer to this as the bear market, but in reality, it's the macro accumulation phase. As I keep saying, there are no such things as the bear market or bull markets. I use these concepts simply so that people understand my theses and where I'm coming from. The markets are simple. There's a waiting period, and there's an accumulation period, and there's a take profit period. Right now is the accumulation period. Before that, when we're crashing, it was the waiting period. And then after we're done accumulating, it's going to be the waiting period. And once we get to the take profit part, is the take profit part, right? And that's that. Right now, it's basically important to be active. Right now, as I mentioned, crypto is kind of dead. Interest is at all-time lows. Nobody wants to talk about Bitcoin really. Even great analysts that have like 1 million followers that used to get like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 likes per tweet at the peak of the bull market near the all-time highs are now getting anywhere from like 500 likes to, I don't know, like 3,000 likes. Maybe if they post something that really catches on, it'll be like 5,000 likes, but usually somewhere around like approximately 1,000 to 2,000 likes. We're talking about like a 90% drop. Same thing for me, same thing for any other analyst out there. We know that from several months ago, I think Nikita Bayer shared this, that the most blocked topics on X are politics and crypto. And the most popular are basically leisure, entertainment, and a lot of nonsense that doesn't really matter unless you just want to watch a film or something, right? Like all this nonsense about celebrities that changed absolutely nothing in our lives. So anyway, right now, crypto is not popular. And, that has always been the case during the accumulation phase, the so-called bull market. And like in this market cycle specifically, that's even more the case, right? Even more so. The reason being because, unfortunately, in the last cycle, many and even the majority of altcoins did nothing. Still, our diversification methods helped us. Still, Even though the market cycle was terrible, we outperformed the majority of the market participants. That's exactly why we use the rules and the methods that we use. But I believe it was like this necessary shakeout and wipe out to make sure that the herd leads, right? We topped without euphoria. We topped without any excitement. So it's also possible that the bottom will come in without any fear narratives this time around. Although, of course, I would like to see them. And we already have some fear narratives like exchanges going down after a 55% Bitcoin drop. As you well know, I have bought with 50% of my accumulation budget for crypto, and I remain sidelined with the other 50% because my rules are wait for a big crash, start buying, and dollar cost averaging, preferably if you can do so with equal amounts of money, roughly give or take, at new lows to bring down your average buying price and therefore increase your ROI in the future when it's the bull market, what commonly referred to as the bull market, which I refer to as the take profit phase. I just published an update on XRP on Patreon. I have been sharing this cycle. When I sold 90% of my portfolio at roughly 110,000 Bitcoin, I have been sharing what my targets are. They're coming, they're coming together. I've shared every single time the screenshots, every single time I bought something, and I'll keep doing so. I just shared basically where I'm looking to dollar cost average more for XRP, and of course, if you're a member, I will share with you within minutes the moment I buy something and how much I bought with, and the percentage I'm in, and what I expect. So I will just share that in regards to XRP. What I can say here right now is that we are in that area. We have crashed 72.5% from the top. 70 to 80% crash is the accumulation area. So percentage-wise, I don't think there's that much more left. Of course, it can be even 83%. Anything is possible. Like, for example, Ethereum dropped like I think 81% in the last cycle. Anything is possible. My point is, remember, one of the rules is, buy after big crashes, dollar cost average with preferably equal amounts of money without trying to catch the bottom, right? Buy low, sell high is all that's necessary. You don't need perfection. Perfection is a lie. Doing well enough is good enough, basically. Now, good enough is good enough. You don't need perfection. Perfection does not exist in this space. It does not exist anywhere except fairy tales. And if somebody's telling you that they're perfect, they are lying. There's not a single analyst in this world that is perfect, which is why exactly there are no, trading, like trader billionaires or like crypto billionaires on the Forbes covers that have made a fortune, because it just does not exist, right? There are people that are good, and then there are people that are bad. That's it. It's as simple as that. Anyway, so we are in the accumulation phase. Everybody has their different takes on how they accumulate. Once again, I've been teaching my methods for a while now. If you're a student, you know exactly how I accumulate, and like I just mentioned it. I think simplicity is very important in this space. There's no need to complicate matters by trying to get like perfect results, trying to time the perfect bottom, trying to sell the exact top. Like in the last cycle, if you have bought XRP at like the bottom was at 28 cents, but even if you had bought at 50 cents and then sold at some at $2 and $2.50 and then $3 and then $3.50 and fully gotten out even at $1.80, you'd have done very well, right? So buy low, sell high. Once again, you do not need perfection. You don't need to go all in at a certain price, and you don't need to fully get out at a certain price, right? You just need to basically watch the trend, what's going on in the market. And the market right now is clearly screaming that it's time to start accumulating based on the percentage drops that we have had, based on the sentiment that we're having, based on the fact that the crowds have left. It's basically more or less the same thing every single time, only this time it's more amplified due to the fact that, once again, the last cycle was quite bad for most altcoins. Not very, like most altcoins did either very little or nothing in comparison to what they had done in the past. The coins that had, for example, done like 20 to 30x in the cycle before that only did like 5 to maybe 10x this time around, which is good. But we know that returns are diminishing with every single passing cycle for all coins. And we know that crashes are diminishing for the coins that stay around, for Ethereum, XRP, and for Bitcoin. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, guys, the message is don't lose interest, be active. Make videos, engage on Twitter, accumulate in a smart way. right? Like you don't need to be listen to all these gurus out there who are basically pretending to be perfect or saying that we're about to moon. They've been saying that we're about to moon, and it's only a 10% correction since 126K. They've been saying that the bottom is in every other week. So, just forget about that. Stick to what we know. Wait for big crashes. The big crashes are here, which is why we're 50% in. Dollar cost average at new lows without trying to catch the bottom. That's why we have the other 50% on the side to do just that. And you can always buy slightly higher if you see that there's actually confirmation of some kind of a reversal in the bottom coming in. So far, we have not had those confirmations. I know everybody's talking about divergences and all that, but I can tell you that none of those indicators have been solid in the past. Absolutely not. There's only one. There are very few predictions in the space that have been accurate. And I've been keeping track of a total of many price predictions for years now. Roughly 95% of price predictions, including mine, never come true. Never. So be aware of that. This is a statistical fact. Roughly 5% of price predictions only come true. And so far, the only solid two price predictions I personally know of is the 15%, the 15-cent XRP prediction that I made when XRP was trading at $3. I said it's going to 15 cents. That happened. And then when Bitcoin was trading at 20K in 2022, I said that the top will form in roughly October 2025 at roughly $126,000. That also happened. That's it. I know of no other predictions out there that have been solid. There are people that have been putting together these theses for like that certain things are going to happen for 2, 3, 4 years, and then at the very last moment, they switched to the 4-year cycle, used some kind of excuse to hide they're basically the 4-year cycle, and sold exactly in accordance with the roughly 4-year cycle, right? And the thesis that I used to predict the 126 top back in 2022 was based on the 4-year cycle and diminishing returns and percentages. It's as simple as that. You don't really need anything else. There's no need to complicate things, right? Remember, do not basically anything anyone says, always take it with a pinch of salt, right? We know that, like, once again, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, but we know that there have been the, how would you say this, analysts out there that were putting together all these theories that this and that is going to happen, and then like literally at the last moment, killed the entire thesis and sold based on the 4-year cycle, right? So far, all we know is that roughly 4-year cycles are working out. Eventually, of course, it will cease to be the case and it will change, but until that happens, they're working out. They have been working out nonstop. More importantly, even if you don't want to think of it as a 4-year cycle, I understand. I have no problem with that. I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist or like a 4-year cycle maximalist. You can think of it as a macro cycle, right? In terms of percentages, when something has dropped hard enough and then pumped well enough within a time frame of years, right? You can think of it that way. Yeah, I think that's that. Let's see what you guys are saying. Etsa is saying, "Hey Rob, all the best, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope you're well, brother." Vic is saying, some of us are still here. The best of times. Good to see that you're around. Well done for not giving up. All the best, Rob. Cheers, Shem. Thank you. Thomas Horton. Oh, it was good to see you, Thomas Horton. It's been a while since I've seen you. I remember you very well. He says, "Hey Rob, I'm hoping for more major accidents so we can use DC more often." Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Once again, like I said, I'm 50% in after big crashes. I'm following the method I've always used for the past 3 cycles. Now I'm using it for the fourth cycle. We buy after big crashes and then wait to buy again, dollar cost average at new lows, right? What can we say? There is no certainty in anything with crypto. You cannot be 100% sure of anything, but we know one thing for sure, that in all cycles, XRP has dropped below $1. I mentioned the ascending channel I mentioned on X, and I talked about it in detail on Patreon, published it just now. So go and check it out if you're not on Patreon. And it seems quite likely, based on trends, probabilities, percentages, past performance, and technical analysis, and timeframes, that we will enter that ascending channel where we can continue to dollar cost average. Every single time, so in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, And 2024, we have entered that channel. It doesn't need to touch the bottom of it, but it has entered that channel every single time and provided good opportunities to dollar cost average more and maximize our future ROI, right? And I don't see why it will not happen this time around. Once again, every single market cycle keeps proving this, that all these utility narratives, they don't matter. The only reason they matter is that utility driven coins build strong communities, and therefore, since utility is taking place, these coins survive, like XRP, for example, which is why it's one of my favorite coins. Since it keeps thriving and doing something every single market cycle and delivering good returns on your investment. So that's why it's important. Other than that, I don't see what has changed exactly. There, the Clarity Act is not in. There's no clarity or legal framework that would change something. I don't see like what's different, right? We're pretty much in the same spot we were years ago, which is exactly why XRP has done what they expected it to do, crash roughly 70 to 80%. We're already down 72%, and which is why exactly Bitcoin has done what they expected it to do, crash roughly 50 to 66%. It's already down 55%, right? So if basically utility mattered and the market was mature enough, these crashes would not be taking place, just like with the stock market, right? It will not be as volatile. And since we are progressing and becoming more mature as a market, by that I mean the crypto space, that's exactly why crashes are diminishing and returns are diminishing, because we are slowly maturing and slower getting to a better place. But still, we've got a long road ahead. Yeah, that's that. Please kind of put a like while you're here, guys. Thomas, it's good to see you too. American Phoenix says, thanks for the live broadcast. Good to see you here, American Phoenix. Thank you very much for joining. Oh, XRP Bart, is that you, brother? XRP Bart says, hi, my friend. I hope you and your family are doing well. Still looking forward to leaving the UK. Brother, it's good to see you here. It's been a while, I wrote to you, by the way, like I tweeted you. I left a response under one of your tweets on X, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Maybe you didn't see it. I know that the algo is all over the place. I really don't like the new X algo because, I have to go and search for the people I follow manually, unless like now I know that you can switch to the people you follow. But even then, I have to scroll for such a long time to find something that's been posted by people that I actually want to see on my feed. So, for example, I remember recently that I haven't seen you in ages, right? So I went on your page and tweeted under your tweet to reconnect. And I've done this with several other individuals. And I was like, some people I haven't seen in like 8 months, So I don't know what's going on with the algo. I keep seeing people I don't want to see. I keep seeing basically all this news and things I'm not interested in, right? And this is the funny thing. I keep blocking it and it keeps appearing, So yeah, I don't like the algo. I hope it will get better eventually. I'm thinking that this is once again one of those good indicators that once we're in a bear market, it's time to accumulate and whatnot. The algo is against the crypto industry. And I'm pretty sure that when we'll be pumping, it will be in our favor. Once again, probably the algo is going to get changed, become popular. People are going to be seeing each other more often, getting more likes, getting more visibility. And, everybody will be very bullish again. And when it's time to take profits, nobody's going to want to take profits. The hordes will be back, the crowds will be back, and the same usual, basically, same usual. So, yeah. I hope you're well, XRP Bart. Hope your family is well. Say hi to them, and God bless your brother. All right. I'm going to go. I don't know why this broadcast is frozen. Can you hear me and see me, guys? Like, I don't know. It looks like as though the screen froze up. And it also looks like there are no viewers, but I know that you guys are here since you are writing something in the chat. Can someone please type something? Yes, everything is fine. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Yeah, that's weird. I don't see any likes. I don't see any viewers. I just see the messages coming in. Okay, thank you, Matthew, XP Bart. Absolutely, cheers, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, so that's that. I just wanted to share once again. I'll be sharing nonstop since I've been receiving several messages saying, "People, can you please go on YouTube, do your lives like before? We want to hear your thoughts." Some of us are not on Patreon. We'll come back basically later on, and some people simply say that they don't like reading too much. So can you please just make YouTube lives or videos so we can just listen to what you have to say? And so here I am, my friends. I'll be doing this more often. It's time to be active. We're in a macro accumulation phase. Time to come out of your cave. Time to be lively, excited, and we are lucky to be here. The deeper this accumulation phase goes, the better ROI we'll have in the future. Remember, don't be a maximalist, guys. This time, I'm going 50% to Bitcoin, 50% to alts. I'm still diversifying, but since I believe that many altcoins are forever dead. XRP is not one of them. Ethereum is not one of them, and there are other coins that I believe will do well and maybe even outperform Bitcoin. Anyway, I believe many alts are dead, which is why exactly I'm going 50% to Bitcoin and 50% into an amalgamation of different altcoins, basically. And the biggest altcoins there will be XRP and Ethereum. And throughout the cycle, I might change that and lean heavier towards XRP. Nasar is saying, enjoy life, Rob. Keep up the good work. Nice to hear good things from you. Patreon's pretty good too, though. Thank you very much, Nasar. Appreciate it. Thank you for the wonderful message. I'm going to go, my friends. Please put a like, share, ask your friends to subscribe and whatnot. Love you. Thank you for your time. Really do appreciate your time because it's the most precious commodity in the world. The fact that you actually log on to here and, I would say waste your time and hear me out. I appreciate it. Time is very important. Sol is one of them. Rich 2693. Yeah. Sol is one of them. Since you mentioned it, I will mention that Sol is one of the coins in the $99 tier that we have bought. And there will be other coins. And I will probably add to Sol also in the future if the market provides the right opportunities. All right. Bye bye. Take care.